yellow pollen is the giver of life, but yellow metal and the yellow dirt can be very much the takers of life. Some time ago we made a video of the teachings about the yellow metal. We mentioned also the yellow dirt. In the language of our people, we refer to that as Tsetso. The original way that the word was said was Tsetso, which meant the yellow dirt. But that yellow dirt is also uranium. And our people were introduced to the mining of uranium back in the 1930s and the 1940s. And the Neh were the ones that had the greatest number of mining operations on the Neh Nation. There are over 700 mines in that were in operation at one time, and the Neh went into the mines and mined the uranium, and it was that the uranium, of course, was transformed and processed into yellow cake, and the experimenting and the refining of the uranium was done over in Alamosa, New Mexico, and eventually when they developed the atomic bomb, it was tested in white sands in New Mexico as well. But the Neh did not understand that the great dangers in that they were exposed to, they were never told. And so these men working in the mines and that would have all this dust and uranium on their clothing, and they would go home and they would expose their families. And so there's a whole generation of grandfathers and that worked in the mines, fathers and grandfathers and that actually perished from their exposure to the radiation. They were never told about this. To this day, our people are still exposed to the dangers of radiation, and it is that just about every major community in the Navajo Nation and all of the agencies, there's always a clinic that has to deal with the radiation poisoning of all of the different areas and the Navajo people that are still exposed to the dangers of radiation. The teachings of our people, which means that the yellow dirt is very dangerous, but they learned this after the fact. And so to this day, we still have all these people that are suffering from the various cancers. And not mentioned is that the greatest and the most deadly and serious nuclear accident actually took place on the Navajo reservation, on one of these places where water collects and is contaminated, very highly contaminated, over in New Mexico in the Crown Point area. The dam broke and it polluted hundreds of miles of waterways, and that all the way down to what is called the Rio Puerco. And that runs down through the area down by Gallup, New Mexico, and on down into Arizona, and eventually it empties into the Colorado River. But all of the Neh in that area were exposed to high levels of radiation. And so there's great numbers of the Neh and that have developed stomach cancers, throat cancers, and esophagus cancers, and all these different ailments. And they also had a great effect on the immune system of the kidneys. We have kidney dialysis in all of the major communities on the reservation. And the heart and also the liver and other major organs in the body are affected, and the immune system is way down. And so it is that with the COVID-19, the people, the Neh, have the highest number per capita of people dying from that virus. And so all these things are out there. They're not being taught properly of the dangers. And so we have probably still about 300 to 500 mines that are still not cleaned up. The people are still exposed to all of the dangers of the radiation. And it continues to this day, the teachings that we were trying to share with people. Gold, people will kill to have it. And the yellow dirt, it kills people by the thousands. And we saw that when we had the development of the atomic bomb and how they were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the mid-1940s to end the World War II. But even to this day, we are under the threat of the possibilities of using those type of nuclear weapons against one another. And so the danger of the yellow metal, just as the Neh talk about, and the dangers of the yellow dirt is still very much present. And those are the things that we see, and those are the things that we are told.